everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial, and today we are once again returning to the realms of Shyish and the Ossiarch Bonereapers. Yes, we are painting the brand new Mortisan Ossifector. It's quite hard to say fast, but we are painting up the brand new character, the Mortisan Ossifector, however you wish to say it, for the Ossiarch Bonereapers, and it has been sent to me early by Games Workshop for this very purpose of painting him up, and so a massive thank you to them, as I really enjoyed doing Catacross, so it's going to be fun to do just a somewhat less complicated miniature. So, he's been primed in Grey Seer, and the colour we're going to be using first is Flesh Tearer's Red, and we're going to be applying this all over the top of his robe. Nice and easy to start things off. So we're just going to very carefully apply this. Like this. And don't forget that the robes do go all the way down to the base. And the other important thing not to forget is there is a little bit of robe just in there, which we'll get to later, but for now I'm just going to go around and get a nice smooth finish on our robe. By just continuing my way along the main body of it like this. And then once this is done, we shall return. So with that all done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some skeleton Horde and we're going to apply this over the top of all of his bones. Now he does have some kind of bone trim, as I'm sure you Soulblight Gravelords know, Ossiarch Bonereapers. You Ossiarch Bonereapers fans are aware. We're not going to be painting those. This is going to be a slightly different colour. What we're looking to do is we're looking to paint this over the top of all of his body bones, of which he has many bones, because he is a skeleton. So we're going to be applying this all over like this. And so with all that skeleton Horde applied, whilst we're waiting for it to dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Leviadon Blue and we're going to apply this all over the top of his armour. So we've got some tessellated armour plates here. Like that, and we have his breastplate as well. So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Wyldwood and we're going to start adding some variation to all of his bones. So what we're going to do first is we're going to apply this Wyldwood over the top of his toes. like that. What we're also going to do is we're going to apply the Wyldwood over the top of his rib cage. Like that. We're going to apply this over the top of this kind of, well, I guess it's a spinal column. Like that. And we're also going to apply this just behind it on the inside of his body. Like that. In addition, we are going to apply the Wyldwood under his chin, so right in under here. Like that sort of thing. And then we've got a bit of blending to do. So on areas such as his hands, what we're going to do is we're going to apply the Wyldwood all over. Like that. Then we're going to wash the brush, and then towards the base we're just going to go in there and just lift off, absorb and feather away at the paint like that, so you get this little blend coming down from the dark tips of his fingers to the brighter base. And we've just got the inside of his hand to do as well. Like that. Then, similarly, we've got all of the kind of spiny bits that are coming out of his. So this one here, for example. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply the Wyldwood over and around about there, just leaving the joint where it joins. Do the same on the next one, same on the next one. We're then going to wash the brush, and then we're going to move the paint around to create a lovely soft transition. And we're going to do the same thing on the inside as well. Like that. And we're going to do this on all of the spines. So these three here, and the ones coming off his head as well as his other hand. Don't forget about his other hand. And so with that Wyldwood all applied, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some Nuln Oil and we're going to apply this over top of our remaining bones. And so with that Nuln Oil all applied, what we're now going to do is we're going to shade the cloak or skirt or fabric. And the colour we're going to be using for this is Carroburg Crimson. And with that Carroburg Crimson all applied, we're then going to take some striking Scorpion Green. And we're going to apply this inside his eye sockets. We just want to overlap it slightly, like that, around the surrounding area of the skull. Just like that. And with that striking Scorpion Green applied, we're then going to take some Black Legion and we're going to apply this over the top of the gem. Like that. So with that done, the Mortisan Ossifector himself is at a Warhipster battle ready. However, there's this rather large entity that's all swirling around him, which we do need to do because whilst it's kind of part of the base, it is actually quite a large feature of the model itself. So we're going to do this next. We're going to get this up to Warhipster battle ready, and then we're going to be able to do the whole miniature at once when we take him to the next level. Now the colour we're going to be using first is Briar Queen Chill, and we're going to apply this all over the top of all of the swirling stuff, all of the magic. So with that Briar Queen Chill all applied, what we're then going to do is we're going to take some striking Scorpion Green and we're going to apply this to the recesses in all the magic. So we're just going to start up here and we're going to apply some here, here, like this. And we don't need to kind of blend it out or thin it down because we're going to be doing a relayer over the top of it anyway. So with that striking Scorpion Green all applied, we're now going to take Corax White and we're going to apply this over the top of all the magic. Just leaving the colours in the recesses. Like this. And we're also going to relayer any of the bone that we've covered over. So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Leviadon Blue and we're going to apply this over the top of the armour up here on the head. And so with that Leviadon Blue applied, we're then going to take Skeleton Horde. I'm going to apply this over the top of all of the bones. So with that Skeleton Horde all applied, what we're then going to do is we're going to take a roughly 1-to-1 mix of Contrast Medium and Wyldwood. I'm going to do pretty much what we did on him, only we've got the Contrast Medium in there because we've got slightly bigger details to do this on. So we're going to be applying this over the top of the bit of the head up here. We're going to come all the way down like this, and then we're going to wash the brush. And then we're going to blend like that. Nice and simple. We're going to come down the top of the front of the head like this. Then we're going to come along each of these bits of bone. Like so. Wash the brush once more. I'm going to blend up that bit and then off the edge of each of the spines, like so. We will do the same thing on this side of the headdress. Just like that. And we've got this bit here as well. Like this. And then we've got the main bits of bone down here. So we're just going to apply this Wyldwood and Contrast Medium mix all over like this. Wash the brush. And then we're just going to take off some of that paint around the main bone of the body there. Like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So with that done, our Mortisan Ossifector is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, and he's already looking fantastic, and we could leave it there, but we're not going to. We're going to take him to the next level. We're going to do this by adding some highlights. Now the first one that we're going to add is going to be some Screaming Skull. And we're going to do this across all of his bones, but we're going to do this slightly differently when it comes to our darker bits. So our darker bits, what we're going to do is we're just going to have a little spot highlight. So we're just going to pick out the sharpest parts. For example, like knuckle bones and things. Just like this sort of thing. Whereas for our actual pale bones, we're just going to full on highlight them. We are going to ignore the white bone trim. And so with that done, all of the bone is now finished. All the way around, apart from the bright bone around his armour, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Before we do that though, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the red. The colour we're going to be using for this is Evil Sunz Scarlet. With that Evil Sunz Scarlet all applied, I'm then going to take some Cadian Fleshtone. I'm going to add this to the sharpest points on his robe. So with that now done, we're going to take some thinned down Hoeth Blue. I'm going to use this to highlight the blue armour. And so with that done, all that remains is to take some Corax White. I'm going to apply this to the sharp corners on our bone trim, here like this. And I'm going to add a dot of this right in the middle of the gem. Like that. So here we have it then. Our Mortisan Ossifector is all finished, and this was a lot of fun to do. For something that looks so complicated, it was very, very simple and very quick. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it too, and I hope you found it useful for creating even more Ossiarch Bonereapers units, just like we did with Catacross. There's a lot of stuff here that is very much transferable to the rest of the army, particularly those Cavalos Death Riders. Am I right? Am I right? If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so. Head to patreon.com/Warhipster, just like these bosses have done, scrolling up on the screen before you, whose continued support helps me continue to make all the wonderful content that you enjoy. Alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button on the channel page or just below this video, like these wonderful, amazing people have done. And if you really like this video and you just want to shoot me a little thanks, you can click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.